Okay, we are live again.
I don't know, maybe.
No, we are still meeting. Mete aí que vamos fazer. Ah, can hear you now, pois.
I don't know.
Damn it. Não, eles agora já nos podiam ouvir, mas nós desligamos o vídeo. Now, watching now live. Já sabe mesmo.
Bem, eu vou deixar de fazer estas merdas, pronto, não dá. Isto.
Okay, now we are live.
No one will be watching now.
Yeah, well, someone watched less than a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So there are new books.
Yeah, let's talk about the new books. Let's stop the ranting. Yeah, good.
No, I'm not going back.
YouTube doesn't want us to rant. Yeah.
I'm not going back to this anyway. So there's a new book.
News.
Yeah, there are new news today. What's new? The blaxploitation scenario.
Exactly, the newest new.
Blaxploitation scenario. It's Knuckles of Steel. I usually release them on Friday, but this time I decided to release it a bit earlier.
Yeah, so we have something else to talk about.
Yeah, so it's Knuckles of Steel. It's a small scenario for exploitation or something else.
Hello.
Hi, Carl.
Carl and Doodle
Little
Squatch.
Squatch.
Yeah, technical. It was the audio sharing.
Yeah, I think so.
It killed our Steam. This is the YouTube doesn't want us to rant.
We'll rant later.
Yeah. So Knuckles of Steel.
So Knuckles of Steel is the new scenario. I've said it already, but I didn't know if now they are hearing us, so no problem. There were other news, but we can show the books because they aren't here yet. Actually, Wretched Apocalypse, which was the latest release, we didn't talk about it because there were videos last week. Wretched Apocalypse was released by the end of last week. Of course, it's not.
There's a quick start version that's free, and then there's a full version as usual.
Yeah, as usual. I added it to the quick start bundle, I think. So if you there were some people that downloaded the bundle in the last few days, and also, but it's also in the single version, just Wretched Apocalypse, and that one was very much downloaded, so lots of people have already know. And
Sexual Holocaust, the new Sexual Holocaust.
So this week there were several new things. Sexual Holocaust was also re-released, kind of, well, not
because we decided, well, Knuckles of Steel is going to be book 2 on the Crime City.
The Crime City Blues.
And so we decided that, yeah, Sexual Holocaust was book 1. Yeah. And it deserved to have better or worse art.
I wasn't planning on calling it a series, but
it just happened. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. So I was going to do some more things on that place, which is Emmetsville, Crime City.
The superheroes that's it. Place in the dark fantasy game, the dark urban fantasy game. I think it's also going to be in Emmetsville.
Well, not necessarily, because I don't think that could, but it could be when possible. Yeah, when possible. It's the placement of the.
In Sexual Holocaust, so the new version is free on Big Geek. Of course, it's not in drive-thru. Well, I did consider, but we did. I don't think we would do that because people might buy the book twice. So we did consider changing the name and putting it in drive-thru again and see what would happen. See if people would, not complain about it, but then people would buy the same book twice, and we don't want to. We would have to tell them, hey, but don't buy this because this is Sexual Holocaust, and then it will get canceled anyway.
Yeah, so it's it's going to be just on Lulu. In print version, maybe well, the PDF of course is on Big Geek. It's downloadable. It's free, so you can download it anyway, anytime.
Nice.
It will be free. It's not just a promotion or something. I decided to give it away just on Big Geek. It's kind of, well, it's a promotion anyway. Promotion in terms of.
It is a free book.
But if you want to buy it in the paper version, you can go to Lulu. It will be there, not now.
I'm going to say that because what that guy was saying on Facebook. So someone on Facebook was complaining that.
Yeah, he wasn't talking about that in particular.
Yeah, but it seems he was talking about that.
Why is it always
so political? And it was like, what is political about sexual holocaust?
No, there was nothing. When I advertised the new version, I said, this is the book that drive-through wouldn't sell except if censored.
Okay.
It
I
was
wouldn't call that politics. I would call it marketing.
It wasn't.
That's marketing.
It was nothing to do with politics. I wasn't saying that that the drive-through had censored us. It wasn't actually drive-through censoring us. It was our lovely little trolls who reported the title as offensive, and then there was some censoring from drive-through, but it wasn't political. It was just.
Well, I don't know. Everything is political.
Yeah, well,
sex is political.
It was stupid, just stupid things. And they kept on after that. They kept on reporting things.
I think they stopped now.
They stopped, yeah. Well, probably for two reasons. Some cats.
Well, they could have reported this one because of the.
No, they'll probably they stopped because they reported two titles after that, Exploitation, which had nothing to report. They just looked at the cover and thought
it has exploitation in the
yeah.
name. Sexual holocaust was part of that sexual exploitation.
And then was labia also.
Yes, labia is also terribly problematic.
It was, but the drive-through didn't take those away. So
yeah, maybe they stopped.
So that's, and then I blocked a few people on Facebook and on Twitter probably. And I think that they were the ones who were making the reports. So if they were watching the posts and reporting after that, when I blocked them, I don't think they would. They weren't. You
weren't that committed.
Yeah, they weren't that committed. So probably they stopped just because they don't have any more news, so they just gave it up.
I don't think it would have a lot of luck with the last scenarios anyway. Though blaxploitation, they can be accused of cultural appropriation.
Yeah, that's a possibility for blaxploitation. Let's wait a few days to see what happens.
So let's go back to talk about our beautiful awards.
Well,
let's
show those. So this is one of the last ones that we got during the last week in paper. So this is Wretched Apocalypse. No.
In Wretched,
it would be good, but no, it's
no. This is all bets are off. The light is.
You can see everything.
But the light, I like the all bets are off. It came out very nicely.
Yeah, that one was even the first version was
yeah,
cool.
But this one
is even better. Okay, so let's go to the title thing. Bye Bye Blackbird. It's about this. So this is the award we got. It was 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago we were invited to a Portuguese convention
to receive this
in Lisbon.
Bird.
We were nominated, as I was nominated last year. But I was expecting to happen the same thing that happened last year, which was I was nominated because there were some people I know that are
and they follow the Red Room.
Yeah,
and what we are doing.
Yeah, and they know what we are doing, and they bought some things, and unlike the rest of the people in Portugal.
I work as fuck. Well, not all in Portugal, but
not everybody. I don't know everybody, but the people who are engaged in the convention and also in this prize award and the other stuff, they are very woke. So this the award isn't something that we asked for. We didn't apply for it.
And you don't really care.
It's not supposed. Yes, it's not supposed to be applied for. It's just something that you get or you don't get. Well, it's a recent thing. It's 3 years.
Yeah. So we are the third and maybe last winners.
It would be nice. Well, we aren't winners.
Yeah, okay.
That's the story.
Thing, yes.
So after a while, because there's something else. So I was nominated last year, and I used their social media to post some of our releases. There were many, just a few ones, the first ones, but they were ignored as I was expecting them to be. Not just in terms of sales that I was expecting, but they also ignored. They ignored it entirely. So the only people who interacted were people that I know and are my Facebook friends. So the rest of the people in Portugal just ignored.
Yeah, but it's normal because they play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition or narrative games and Powered by the Apocalypse and stuff like that, or their own system. So
yeah, so it wasn't actually a surprise, but what was a surprise was
that we got the award.
That we got the award.
Although we are evil people.
So after the nomination this year, I got a phone call.
Actually, the day before, right?
Yeah, it was the day before I don't know in terms of, well, probably several days after the nomination, but then I was called. I got a call from one of the people that organizes the convention, and I was informed that I had been voted as the winner, and I was invited. We were invited for the convention because they give the award at the convention. We weren't expecting to go to the convention. We never planned to go to that convention. We never went to that convention or any other convention.
Maybe
yeah, well, that's not
but we can't go.
we could go, but it wouldn't be that easy.
No.
But in Portugal, there's this one. I think I don't know if there are more. Probably
there are encounters.
Yeah, the encounters. So we don't go to the encounters as well. So it's just we ignore all that. It's not our thing.
We don't like playing public.
No, and also for the specific reason that we were unawarded, it's the same reason that I wouldn't like to be there, and I wouldn't have attended the convention if I wasn't invited, because I know they are woke, and I know that I knew that if they knew us, they wouldn't invite us, they wouldn't give us an award, because we are bad people. And so, but anyway, when I got the phone call, I thought it's going to be rude if I refuse it.
Especially for the people that nominated us.
Yeah,
okay, let's.
My friends. So, but just because, just not to be rude, I just said yes, okay, I will go there, and we went there. And nothing. There was no problem. The people there are woke, but since they didn't know that we were bad people, they treated us like regular people, and they treated them like regular people, and nothing special happened. We were there for a bit. We talked to some people, not much, but we were there for an hour maybe.
Yeah.
We went to the stage and had a little conversation
about the Red Room.
Yes, it was. They were. I don't know if it was live or not, but it was being recorded.
Yeah, it was recorded and it was transmitted.
So okay, we brought home the blackbird, which is curious. The blackbird is named Artvig. Artvig is a surname. It's the surname of a person who translated the BX red box for Dungeons and Dragons a long time ago in 88, 89, I think.
But not that long time ago. The person is still alive.
Yeah, it's a long time ago, but he was young when he translated it. But so they gave the name, but the guy isn't really involved in this. So when last night they published the post saying that they had unawarded the Red Room
because they don't want to be involved with our ideology.
Yes, yeah, our latent ideologies. Mr. Artvig, not the crow, the person, posted there. Well, I am Artvig, so what's really happening?
What's
It was,
our ideology?
it was funny. It was kind of funny because well,
and then they did explain that it's our transphobic ideology.
Yeah, they took a while. They took a while to explain. Several people went there, but people who weren't woke. I think so. I think they are.
Even the ones that are woke,
Yeah,
that is the thing. So we don't really care that's about winning the award or losing it. It's just ridiculous. It's like, well, you should have done.
Yeah,
you should have be better. If you don't want to give awards to woke people, you should double check it.
Yes, it was.
It would be very easy. We're not pretending to be someone, and we could. Actually, we've been advised that we should keep our opinions for ourselves. So that way we would sell more games. But I would not be able to do that.
I wouldn't
for
also,
several
but
reasons.
I don't think people would buy more books because
no, I don't think they would. But anyway, that would be being dishonest. In that case, they could say, "Oh, you were pretending to be good people, but after all, you are bad." So yeah, we are not pretending.
One of the things
if you care about that, then
one of the things I mentioned was that they had seen on our Twitter account, which is I use I don't have two Twitter's account, two Twitter accounts. I have just one Twitter account. Because why have two? It's a waste of time. I'm not going to do that. So I just have one, and I call it my name.
Now we're focused again.
That's because I'm
moving,
and it was going out of focus. I just have one account, and I call it my name and the Red Room. Am I speaking on behalf of the Red Room?
The Red Room.
This is not. Yeah, I am the Red Room.
What they were saying, the Red Room ideology. The Red Room doesn't have an ideology.
No,
it's a publisher or a YouTube channel, and
the only and also
no safeguards, no consent, no safety tools, no X cards, no consent forms. That is an ideology that we do have.
Yeah, kind of. So, but not the Red Room. Red Room does not.
Even I wouldn't consider. I wouldn't consider that believing that there are only two sexes. It's an ideology.
No, of course not. It's just
the opposite is an ideology.
Yeah, well,
there
are only two sexes. It's observing the reality. Oh, but then they say, but it's not the sexes, it's genders. Okay, so if you're talking about genders, so you can change gender, but you can change sex. Okay, so trans women are men, right? Because if they change gender, what is gender? Gender is nothing. It's just something that you have on your identification card saying that your gender is female, but that means nothing. Officially, you are a dude pretending to be a woman. Okay, trans women are men. Trans men are women. That's
yeah. Well, trans rights are human rights. Yes, they are human.
Yeah, of course they are human. They are crazy, but they are human. Okay, so going back to what we were talking about before.
Losing the awards and the fact it was stupid, or
yeah, it was stupid. Very stupid.
It was just stupid because why didn't it just shows that they are really new amateurs and they didn't get waste any time trying to figure out who they were giving the award to. I'm pretty sure they didn't read any of the books, but they could have checked our social media and discovered we were evil people and not give us the award. And
I'm pretty sure that they didn't read any of the books because
they didn't.
Yeah, no, I know, but
they, why didn't
but do you think people? Well, no one is
Twitter?
watching, but if someone is watching, people would imagine that
there's a convention that award to someone, you're gonna have to read the books. No,
yeah, but this is very strange.
They didn't even check probably. The guy said, "Oh, they wrote all these books in this book is about this, and this book is about that." And
they didn't even. I'm pretty sure that they didn't, or maybe just someone sent them the link to drive through. But if no one had sent them the link, they wouldn't probably look at it. They wouldn't even look at it. They would just, okay, yeah, they have 20 books. Okay, 20 books is fine. Let's give them the award.
Because that's one of the things. Oh, you wrote that many books.
No, the thing that,
keep asking. Oh,
so this is very strange. But I think I have to explain this to someone who maybe will watch this later. So Portugal is very strange in terms of role-playing games. There aren't many people here. 10 million only. And I'm talking about the total population of the role players.
Could be a lot.
I don't know how many role players there are here, but not many. of course, and these guys that are now taking control of things in Portugal, they are Gen Xers, I think, probably 20 something and 30 something people. I don't know them. I've recently heard about them, but I didn't know them.
Yeah,
And
you've
even
been
though
playing for a long time.
I've been playing for a long time, and even though I didn't go to these encounters, meetings, whatever, often, some years ago, about 10, 15 years ago, I went to some of those meetings, and I met people there. And I don't know if these guys were there and they were children, or very young. I don't know. Maybe, perhaps, probably not. Probably these are the theater kids that you call them, as you call them in the US, that started playing when the Dungeons and Dragons became famous, and Matt Mercer started doing his shows. That's probably that's what I think. I don't know them, but and they don't know me either. But I don't have to know them. It's not my job to know them. I'm not thinking about interviewing them. I will not interview them.
Well, they would not accept
Even,
because you're
yeah,
able.
well, I wouldn't even if someone asked me, I wouldn't interview any of those, none of them, even if they published the game in English, in English language or whatever, I wouldn't. So I don't have to know them, but we were nominated to
Yeah,
get an
so
award.
you
So
should.
at least the guys who voted for us or against us or whatever, they should have. Well, okay, just I'm not expecting them to read the books, of course. Actually, no one asked me
For a
to.
copy, of course.
Yes,
Not,
no one
but
asked me for a copy, so
read it.
obviously they wouldn't buy the books. But if they didn't ask for a
But that's,
copy,
that happens in normal awards. So you want to read it, then send me a copy of the book so I can read it.
they wouldn't obviously read 20 something, 25.
Yeah, but you have
books.
to send all of them.
Yeah, just even a couple of them. So they didn't ask for copies. So I assume that they didn't even read a page of it. Maybe a synopsis, perhaps. I don't know. Probably not even that. But they
They
gave the award
definitely
anyway.
didn't check social
No,
media,
of
or
course
they
not.
would not give given us the
Because
award.
it wouldn't be difficult. We are not hiding anything, of course.
There's nothing latent here. Although I
Yeah.
should say it's not. I don't have a fucking ideology.
Neither do I. There's no ideology here. But we don't hide anything because there's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing to hide here. There's nothing to hide because the things that we are the bad things that we are saying
Just our
on social media.
opinions.
Not just that, it's
Yeah, and they're also science, but yeah, they're also
Yes.
biology. But in reality,
because
but
okay, so they are calling us bigots, but are we saying racist things? No. Are we saying that to be
okay, I make fun of those ridiculous guys that think they are women.
That's not racist.
Yeah, but it's transphobic.
Yeah, but that's it. That's not bigot anyway. So we're not saying racist things. We aren't saying any homophobic things.
On the contrary,
This is not homophobic. Yeah, that's true. So I
you
think
want
this
to
is
yeah, you
the
want to stay away from kids.
trans ideology. It's crazy. It's
A butch lesbian girl should be a boy, and a feminine gay kid should be a girl. No,
many gay people are also against trans ideology. Many gay people are being harassed by these people. So we aren't being homophobic. Okay, so two things that we aren't. We aren't Nazis.
no, we're not.
We aren't anti-Semite,
Definitely not.
like the woke people. What else? What else we aren't? Well, we are fat phobic. I am fat phobic. I make fun of. I'm not fat phobic. I'm not afraid of.
Of course not, because if you're not, you would be screaming every time you look at me.
Yeah, that's true. But well, I don't really. I don't think that's.
Well, I don't like body shaming. Well, I don't like the body shaming. No, I like body shaming. I think some people deserve to be body shamed, and I'm talking about myself.
It's a joke.
Yeah,
it's something that people did once. They were allowed to do that.
Yeah, we make. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we make nasty jokes. That's not being evil.
That's not being evil, and that's
but
not
it's the
being
transphobia. Come on now, it's the
yeah, it's just the transphobia. It's always the transphobia. But for example, Dave Nighthawk, our latest friend, who,
Latest, literally.
yeah, the late friend, late Dave Nighthawk, who didn't die, but his social media presence almost died. Mr. Nighthawk, who isn't called Nighthawk, he's called Simpson, I think. He called us transphobics also. Well, he calls us bigots most of the time because it sounds nicer than just saying transphobic.
It looked like those kids that are those bully kids in the playgrounds. And I would say that, oh yeah, okay, I've been bullied in school. You like making fun of that, but worse of that, I
was a fan of the bullies, which was nice.
Year, and it was not a tragic story. It was a very hard year because it was the year that my parents were getting divorced, and I was also there was awful ambient not ambient climate environment at home, so it was very heavy. It was it was an awful divorce, and my father is a bully and an abuser, so until I stopped talking to him, he was always trying to bully me. So what did I have learned with the bullies? It's just, I don't care. You're a bigot. Yeah. You're stupid. You're retarded. Okay, I just hear blah 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 blah. Fuck you.
But it's true. It
doesn't affect me.
I really think that a lot of these people, especially the old guys who turned woke, they are enjoying now the moment where on the one side, they are enjoying the moment that they are being accepted by the cool kids. The cool kids now,
the theater kids.
They are all progressive. They are all progressive. And the old dudes, the old woke dudes, they think that the kids now, they are listening to them. The cool kids who never listened to them, who told them that they were ugly and fat and stupid, and they played stupid games like Dungeons and Dragons. Now the cool kids like Dungeons and Dragons, and they like fat people and ugly people. They love them. Well, they don't actually love them, but they pretend.
I don't know if they really are the cool people, but they are convinced that they are.
They are the cool people of nerds, of the nerd side of the.
Yeah, well, I was always.
Of course, there are still real cool kids, the ones who play sports and all that.
I don't care.
Yeah, but then there's the other side, because I'm pretty sure that people that were very nasty before, certainly Dave Simpson and some people I know, that they were nasty all their lives, but a long time ago they were just pointed at, well, that guy is an arrogant prick. Now they can just
be an arrogant prick for the greater good, be in the right side of history. Right.
So they can behave just like they did all their lives, but now they are doing it for the good. They are doing it for progress, for trans people. They are fighting for trans people.
I forgot to tell something funny, is that they actually called you yesterday and asked for the bird back.
Oh yeah. So let's go back to that one.
Sorry.
No one is watching anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. So it's the Calvanoni, at least it's still there. Yeah. No, there are more people. I don't know. Supposedly 6 people are watching.
Yeah, they're just quiet, so they haven't fallen asleep yet. So yesterday we got the call.
The same guy who had called me before, who had invited me to the convention, he called again. It makes sense. We had already spoken on the phone, and I sold them some books years ago. I sold them the new cult books, which I was reading them. I regretted very much buying them.
It wasn't the reason why you actually. No, it's good. It was one of the reasons why you decided to write.
That's true.
And that's also true. The vampire that you bought to offer me.
That one went to the garbage can. Yeah. I sold a lot of things, but then I was okay. Probably no one wants vampire because it's people already bought it. There should be a water bottle here.
There is a water bottle here.
Just a moment.
Hydrate yourself. Look at the cans.
Okay. So the same guy who had invited me to the convention called me. And yeah, there's supposedly 6 people, but they aren't saying anything, so maybe they are just listening. And I noticed that he was a bit awkward, which makes sense. I wasn't nasty as I'm being now.
Of course not. You're a very polite person.
Yeah, I'm a polite person. I try to be a polite person.
I'm nastier than you. I think I can be nastier than people that you normally are.
I do nasty jokes, but when it's the real thing, I try not to. Yeah, well, anyway. And well, I already knew that there was some things happening, and that they were voting.
Because apparently, I think that the people that voted for us left the jury or something like that.
At least one of them. I'm not sure.
One of them, because he wasn't happy with.
Yeah, he didn't want to be associated with this madness. So he's our friend, and he's a
normal person.
A normal person, not woke. And well, anyway. So the guy called me, and after a preamble where he tried to start the subject, he told me that the people had complained about things.
Several people.
People, anonymous people that weren't involved in this, supposedly contacted people who are involved in this, and they were very upset.
They were feeling unsafe.
So at least 2 or 3 people were very upset. So the upset people demanded the prize or the award to be taken away. And that guy with the, I don't know, the big shot there, he said, okay, so we decided to run this in a democratic way. So they voted it again, as they had voted to award it. They voted to unaward it. So apparently 2 people, just 2 people voted against, and then one of them just left. So it is not the one we mentioned, is not a part of it anymore. And the other, I don't know what he did. I think he's still probably a part of it, but he won't be anymore. Anyway, that's not interesting. So they voted, and then he announced to me that they had voted to take away the prize, and he said you wouldn't have done it, and blah blah blah. Okay, anyway, that's what I would say if I was in his place.
I would not be in his place.
No, yeah. I wouldn't be in his place, because if someone told me this, I would say, fuck you. If someone said, oh, then you're very upset. No, you're not upset.
Yeah, 5 are bots.
I don't know. This is strange. 7 people are watching. Well, maybe some of these are some haters that are watching. Yeah. Okay, if it's the haters, here it is, the prize, which is
our prize. Yeah, but then they asked for it back.
Just the doll.
Yeah.
The doll is ours.
They asked for it back, and I told them, no, you're not going to give it back.
I was on the phone.
Yeah, no, but I told him.
Yeah. Well, we are expecting this to happen.
Well, I'm not expecting for them to ask for it back.
Oh no, we're expecting someday to get a call or a mail
or announcement in the internet,
or just an announcement, saying that they had voted and whatever. But there was really a call, because I think the guy just called because he wanted to ask for this back, because I think this was made on purpose, and so I don't know.
And it's the first time they actually awarded.
Yeah, this is the 3rd award, and
but it's the first time that it's actually
because there was
a proper award. The first year was virtual.
The 2 years of COVID,
more or less.
Yeah, the 2 years of COVID, it was strange. So they didn't have an object.
I think ravens are one of my spiritual animals. So no.
Okay, so I said no for a matter of principle. So I didn't apply. I didn't fool you. I was invited to go there. We went there.
I was supposed to be working that day. I had stuff to do, so I rearranged so we could be there. Yes.
Yeah, it was well. We offered them some books as well, so
that are now probably in the garbage.
Yeah, no problem. They are garbage anyway.
Yeah.
So that was happened. Then I said, okay. So he didn't insist. He was polite as well as I was. So we were polite to each other. The politeness is now over, of course, because let's talk about that next. I don't think we are dealing with that person anymore. I don't know who we are dealing with, because it's not named. They are writing in name of Rolisboa. Rolisboa is the name of the convention. It's very strange, because the word is given in the convention, and some of the people that arrange the convention, that manage the convention,
Also
are also in the jury.
Yeah.
But it's a
They
different
keep
thing.
saying that it's a different thing. I don't know if it was even before or just after. Yeah, they keep saying it's a different thing. I think they also worry because they have sponsorships by Evil Hat and
USR as well is here as well.
what's
Well,
the other one that is Evil Hat and Magpie Games?
Yeah, they are. I don't know what if they can give them money. Probably not. It's just
They give them books.
yeah,
for
probably
them
just
to give and stuff.
we also
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't
we are
matter.
sponsors as well. No, they aren't. They don't care about us. Okay, so I did say that I wouldn't going. I was going to give this away,
No.
and it ended polite, in a polite way. And but then there was an announcement a bit later on the convention site saying not saying that the prize was unawarded, as
But
I
it
said
will be?
after. Yeah, it will be because they aren't the guys who officially gave the award. So they just said that they do not want to be confused with us and our ideologists.
Latent ideologies.
Latent ideologists. They aren't latent.
They don't want to promote us, and
Yeah.
they want to make sure that people feel safe. At
Now,
convention.
things that are important to say about this. They didn't promote us. There was no promotion. When we received the award, no one gave a fuck.
Yeah.
Didn't sell anything.
Well, somebody noticed that we were, I don't know, whoever noticed that we were bad people and had a fit.
Yeah, probably. I think I think the guy didn't lie. I don't think the people that voted were the ones.
Yeah,
I think someone told them.
Yeah,
Because they don't know. They have no clue. They have no clue. Now they know.
They have followers that are Brazilian and very woke. I have no idea why. But
I think and I think the Brazilian the woke Brazilians are more engaged in this.
Yeah, they're very aggressive.
So probably maybe it will. Well, perhaps it was some Portuguese kid like the troll we had today. I don't know. Some of those nutcases who then noticed it, but that wasn't the promotion we wanted.
Yeah.
We don't want trolls. Thank you. Thank you for exposing us to your fucking woke troll.
And it's not
Wouldn't
funny.
want
So well, I miss Dave. Dave was a better troll.
Yeah.
He had more visibility. He had a YouTube. Okay, nobody saw his YouTube channel, but it doesn't matter. He tried.
This is the moment when you say,
Dave,
come back, man. We like you. You're nice. It was nice.
Yeah, even Shlomo is nicer.
Yeah, so Shlomo.
Yeah, Shlomo is nicer.
So we can talk about that later, about the Portuguese troll we have now. I'm not going to mute that little bastard.
I mute him because I have no patience.
Maybe I'll find out with so I'm not saying that
it's a threat.
No, not
no, we just want to know who he is because it's curious.
Yeah, just
if it's 2019, so
no, if I really want to know if he's from Lisbon and all that. So if someone knows, tell me. Of course they won't tell me. They hate me. I'm not going to beat the guy up or pay someone to do that. I just want to know. And I really don't, I'm not very worried about that. If I don't know, I don't care. So let's go back to the
I don't know. War never changes.
War never changes.
No, I'm kidding.
Fallout.
No, let's go back to the politeness ended now.
Oh yeah. So there's an announcement. Obviously,
there's going to be another announcement.
Yes, they will have to create a web page for the not a web page, probably just
in the regulation, because the awards have no regulations.
Yeah, the awards was just
and this is what I'm making here, and this is what I'm making fun of. And then, okay, so guys, we want to be taken seriously.
Yeah, this is very everything is strange. So they are very worried about what people think, but they didn't even think about checking it.
Even because we're not part of the group, so they should have done a background check.
So they thought that the year before. When I was nominated, they didn't give a fuck. They just go, "Who is this guy?" I'm assuming someone thought that, looking at my name, who is this guy? I never talked to him. He never comes here. I don't care. Okay, it's nice. You don't have to care about me. You don't have to buy my Giallo books or Welcome to St. Claude, or you didn't have to. But maybe this year it's different. I was being nominated and you voted for me. So you voted for me without even checking something. That's stupid. We don't do that. Well,
Especially
I
if,
don't have an
well,
award.
I would care for the books. I would not about the people opinion, but first for the books. I'm not going to say, oh, this is really good, so we should give it an award. Yeah, let's give it an
At
award.
least let's check
Yeah.
the damn thing. For example, if they have seen this book, they'll probably immediately would have, and this one is not ours. Well, I mean,
It's Combs.
I made something, but it's mostly Joe Coombs, and it's well, it's an exploitation. It's for exploitation. It's an exploitation scenario. I don't think they would like this at all. There's a rape word.
And apparently, they sometimes even some of them see our channel. They did say that.
Yeah, kind of. Maybe they watched it once.
Yeah.
I don't think. But yeah, that even watching the channel, it would be not latent but apparent that we are we are. I'm not going to say we are bigots because we are bigots.
Or edgelords.
We are okay, so we are edgelords. We can say that we are.
Yeah, I don't like being. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
But the part when the guy who was named after the award was named after, when he came, like, what the hell is going? That was funny.
Yeah, that one was pretty funny. It was last night. Last night when they posted that announcement.
By the for the
yeah, but that
award.
was, it can take
That,
that's
yeah.
why last night's and last afternoon's announcement wasn't about the award itself, because as we said before, the award and the convention are different things.
But they're all on the same package.
Yeah. But I wasn't going to wait for the actual announcement. Of course they will.
Yeah, but that's a name that they used to throw edgelords at us as if it's a bad thing. So no, I don't really get it.
No, well, I mean,
or if we're trying to be, I'm not trying to be edgy. I was never edgy in my life.
The problem with this is that when they talk about edgelords, they always say that we are doing this we are pretending to. No, we're not pretending. This is.
Yeah, we're not.
We are not.
We're not edgy.
Okay, I wouldn't say that I am edgy, but if I am an edgelord in the role-playing community, I'm not trying to be. I'm being myself. I'm writing. Why I'm writing this stuff?
Because I want to.
Yes, I didn't. I'm not thinking about. Okay, so there's something here very evil. It's called wretched depravity. I don't like this, but I wrote it because I want to shock you. No, I don't want to shock you. I don't get it. I don't mind if I shock you.
Yeah, it's
just we are supposed to be shocked. We published something called Wretched. Our system is called Wretched. You are supposed to play wretched people
and have scenes.
Yeah, so that's the main characteristic of the characters. They don't have an alignment. They have a scene. Or two scenes.
Yeah, we are saying that you're supposed to be wretched and greasy and dirty and sleazy.
So we aren't trying to shock you with this, but
you like it or you don't like it, and some people like it. So let the people that like it enjoy it. So you boring fucks, go somewhere else.
And I imagine that most, yeah, okay, so that's it. So the OSR Edgelord says, I love edgy material. It's called adult. Of course, it's material. It's for adult people.
Edgelord is like we are being immature when they are the ones that are being immature.
Yeah, this is yeah, they say this like you are acting like children trying to shock. No, we are not trying to shock you. We are just doing what we like to do.
But it's a thing that also annoys because I've been fucked up since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I liked fucked up things since I was a kid, and that was my mother. What do you like? You're looking. What you look?
No, just look.
I love it. I always why are you like this, my mom? Why do you like this stupid shit? Well, because I like it.
Why did we? The drawing obviously is not ours. It's
from Hub
Necronomics and Work. This is a vagina, of course. With a monster.
Oh, that had a very bad review from some guy.
Yeah,
it's not a proper adventure. It doesn't have a level.
But that one isn't.
Oh my god, no, it's not. It's just a boring.
It's just a boring guy. The boring guy who likes boring stuff. Well, probably not just boring stuff. I don't know. It's
not my best.
Not our thing.
It's not my best thing for sure. it was my first dungeon.
Yeah, it's a dungeon. I think that's
So-
the problem. There's a dungeon here.
Yeah, but
So-
it's not X-mapped and all.
Yeah, it's not
It's not a proper dungeon.
it's not a proper. Oh, well, this one is
Yeah.
the drawing is because this is we used the basic experts dungeon building. I don't know what's the name of it.
But it was good. I like that review. I'm gonna do another dungeon one of these days.
The book looks nice. I don't care what they say. It looks
Well, I like the story, and some other people said nice things about it, so I will
Yeah,
believe them.
I don't care.
It's not a typical dungeon.
No, of course, this is
There's
not
a story in the dungeon.
this is not for people.
Boring people.
Yeah, and I would say even okay. So for example, Griffin. I don't think he
Yeah.
would like this. Isn't boring, but he likes those.
Yes, proper adventures with.
Yeah, that's.
But Griffith doesn't need a story to make a dungeon
No, he
interesting.
probably does it in his own head. But that's it. We are doing this stuff because we like it. So, for example, this is not. It doesn't look that legend, right?
No, it's very retro.
Very retro. War Ghouls work on the cover. So what we were talking about. So let's talk about our new troll.
Let's
right?
not talk too much about that little guy.
No,
He has a
just-
red, that's why I'm calling it little.
No, not just that.
He may
one.
be happy with people talking about him. He talked about our videos
Maybe
that we're going to
oh,
try.
11 years.
Oh, look, yeah, look at your brother, Raven. Here it is.
Your Portuguese brother.
Yes.
So there was and I think that okay. So then let's not talk specifically about this one.
But since Raven is here, was
Um,
talking about, because I retweeted that tweet with about vampire when we were talking about it that he did with the vampire, and some people were like, "Oh, how dare you? Why don't you want to play that thing about fascists?" And when I was reading Vampire,
Yeah.
because I was supposed to, it was
Yeah,
before we were on,
yes.
yeah, we were on Twitter. So it was before the Red Room and everything started, before Postmortem started. So I got the book
Yes.
as an award, as a gift, not an award, as an encouragement to start game mastering. And I was reading it.
Because
and
you like the
yes, I like Vampire.
Twitter games, also the
So there was things that were strange about there. I was not feeling. I didn't really like the rules a lot. They were like, but the worst is when I got to the appendices and all those woke things were there, included that, and I was like, what the fuck? What
So-
the hell is this here? Wait,
yes.
yeah, no, the
sorry.
fascist thing.
Mansplaining. No, I was
Yeah.
going to say that it starts with censoring and it ends with
Yes.
censoring. There are lots of
Yeah,
pages.
and it was censored because they removed that thing about Serbia.
That wasn't the core book. That was
No, that
the
was
Camarilla.
the Camarilla
You
book.
are.
But then I was reading it, and this is wrong for a lot of things. And I was imagining, okay, let's imagine that I'm a Nazi. If I was a Nazi, literally a Nazi, I wouldn't be playing Vampire unless I was actually a vampire, because if not, I would be probably too old to be playing role-playing games.
Probably.
And if I was a vampire, I probably would not be role-playing a vampire. But okay, let's imagine. I just bought this book. I spent my money on it, but now there's a thing here, or if I'm a fascist or whatever, and it says, are you a fascist? Then you can't play this game. And I was, this is stupid, damn it. But I already bought it. What does this mean? Does this mean I can't play anymore? Oh my God. So
I don't think it does anything.
it does for virtual, it's just pure virtual signaling. And some other companies that I don't like did that, but they put that in the cover. Like the Coyote and Crown guys, they just came and said, if you're not white or if you're not black, you can't play this game.
Oh.
At least I prefer when they say it.
By the way, let's mention this again. We've published today blaxploitation, and you are supposed to play black people because
course,
it's
well, Chinese
well,
person.
you don't have to play if you want to play the good guys, at least the anti-heroes in this
the
case,
good anti-heroes.
the good anti-heroes, you should play the black guys because they are the anti-heroes in blaxploitation, and they are the heroes at the same time. They are the protagonists. Well, not the heroes.
But I was so annoyed with that thing in Vampire. That's why when Raven was, and I was, yes, this is it. It's the whole point of the thing. You don't do that. And don't say, oh, you want Nazis playing. Nazis are not going to play. They are dead or in nursing homes.
And neo-Nazis, I don't think there are many playing role-playing games.
All the fascists in role-playing games are the woke
I don't even know if there's any neo-Nazi playing. People
But it's
always
the
talk
same
about
thing.
clouds,
It's the,
but I
it's
don't
the
know.
same type of bullying that the kids do in the playground. Oh, you're saying that. Why are you a Nazi? Why are you mad at Nazis? And it just doesn't mean I was looking at that, and every time that I'm called a bigot, it's like again.
Yeah,
I don't care. Stop using that word. That
They
thing
can.
you're saying is not the thing you think you're saying.
No, they don't care. They're just.
And Raven is saying, and let's say we are not going to write a vampire game because Miguel doesn't let me, but we're going to do better. We're going to write. Can we? Well, we already announced it more or less,
Yeah.
but let's say it again. Next year, our next game is going to be Wretched Darkness. So it's a dark urban fantasy horror game, and yes, it might be an woke World of Darkness. And it's going to have a raven in the cover.
The cover would be a raven.
Yeah, it's actually a good idea.
I'm kidding, but it could be.
It could be. It could work.
Could be a raven.
Yes. So it's going to be Wretched Darkness.
Could be nice.
And I think it's going to be a bit like, yeah, well, I wanted to do a dark urban fantasy game. So I could put vampires.
More like
Miguel doesn't.
Yes, vampire.
Exactly. World of Darkness.
World of Darkness now. I think it's.
Yeah, with humans, but with also the giving people the chance to play vampires or werewolves.
So those would be races, right?
Yes.
Vampire. So human, vampire, werewolf.
I don't know if people can play werewolf or not. We need to decide that. So we will give people the chance to play races, but the idea would be, and I don't know if I can say too much because we have, we're going to have a great idea to match.
We can change it.
Yeah, so the idea that we have now is we're going to use the Wretched Darkness to actually merge the whole Wretched verse officially. So my idea that I just got is that we're going to bring like the Knights of Sidonia and the Daughters of Darkness and all those orders that we invented. Well, in the other games, but mostly in Antilia. Mm-hmm. So they will be in our world. They came from the beyond because something very evil and dark came from the beyond to Antilia and destroyed it. So they traveled in the beyond and they came to Earth because since Earth and Antilia are like twin worlds, they know that next the evil bad thing is coming to Earth and is going to try to destroy it. So they will try to save it. But since they hate each other, they keep fighting instead of saving the Earth.
As Lord is joking about old Nazi exiles in Brazil around that time. Yeah, I don't think that even in Brazil they're probably dead anyway. Mark, right? There's people speaking out in opposition, not what I'm saying. I
don't totally understand what he's saying, but
I haven't seen this, so I don't know what this means. I don't even know if Mark Ryan is somehow still attached to it. I don't think so. He was doing some other game.
But yeah, so we're gonna have Wretched Darkness. We're gonna have Wretched Darkness next year,
and it will
be completely wretched and dark.
It will be supposed to be modern, but I'm going to leave the chance for possibilities of playing in different times. So there will be rules for cybernetics and all that. Of course, to play in the past, you don't need rules. It's just
and you have Wretched Block for that.
But that's what I mean. I'm going to include there all the equipment and the extra rules that are supposed to be for futuristic stuff. Maybe, well, probably not starships, but ship combat, which is the same as vehicle combat, and it was introduced in space, so that will be there as well. And it is going to have all the spells, but also more spells, because this one is.
Yeah, we need to figure out how magic is going to work, so it's going to be different.
Probably the best thing to do is to leave the options open as in the other one. So magic or ritual, not magic, spells or rituals.
Yes. And psionics, that's going to be folding.
Yeah,
because that's what the editions have.
Yeah, but that's
so just changing.
It will be psionics anyway, so it's psionics.
So I think it's going to be a cool idea. I don't know. I like it.
And it should have some suggestions to play these different kinds of campaigns.
different type of
horror
dark
and
fantasy. No, it's
different types of
of course,
horror.
this is not just a rip-off of World of Darkness, it's also a rip-off of Clive Barker's.
Yeah. Because
So it's going to be an official Clive Barker role-playing game.
Mhm.
More probably Lord of Illusions than
it will need yeah,
in the books of the art.
it will need more sanity rules as well. Well, not more the same rules, but expanded sanity rules. Perhaps something else. Joe was suggesting something about sins, gaining extra sins, and I think that could be also something because you're talking about people that are going to deal with the occult and the supernatural. So not just gaining derangements, but also something else, some kind of corruption.
Tainting, to be tainted.
So when you level up, you have probably, this is just an idea, do some check or some saving throw, and if you fail, something will happen, something that will degrade the character and that will make
probably need to add something extra,
because
like
that's something that happens in this kind of games. Well, not all games. For example, Call of Cthulhu, I think it's just sanity. You lose sanity, you go insane. But then, for example, Cult and World of Darkness, which are a little bit darker, they involve the corruption of the character itself. So it's humanity, vampire, and in the Cult is the same thing. It's mental balance. It's the corruption of the soul and also going insane at the same time. But we should have, in this case, separate things. Well, there's no sanity scale. There will be no sanity scale because this is no SR
but it can be a balance.
but something else. Joe was suggesting gaining new sins for the character, but that's not enough. That could be a good thing. So you might gain another sin, but then
but that makes sense. That's the taint of the beyond, because that's going to be one of the things.
Yeah, that's it. But there should be a downside to it because gaining another sin could be good. You could do more sins to gain more experience points, but then you'll have some kind of bad thing happening because of that. So I'll have to think about it. What will be? We
still have time.
Yes, plenty of time. I'm just starting. Okay, so So Ryan Hagen agreed with that. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
it makes sense. His game wasn't the same as this. As the thing that
I didn't even like the rules for this one. Let's just say that even before
they changed it a bit.
They are to focus on the humanity. And they changed the clans. So is the gangrels that are now vegan vampires or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Indeed, like it's so stupid.
They drink Bloody Marys.
If they are vampires, they need to be evil. And yes, some of them. Oh, and I remember I was on the vampire group at that time, and then I had to leave because I was reading a lot of stupid posts, and one of them was about racist and why racists shouldn't play the game, or fascists, or if you're playing a 200-year-old vampire, it's obviously you were never a racist. And I was like, oh my god, this person. Why would you be a racist? You are 200 years old.
So I think that their reasoning is that people are progressing. No, listen. You are a dead man or woman. You're a dead person. You're a dead body.
You're not going to progress. You're going to be stuck in the old days.
You're stuck in this time. That's what makes sense.
There's going to be a bit of Anne Rice in our vampires because they're going to be gay. Because I like that she had that idea that passed to vampire. That was the vampires were stuck. They didn't learn anything. They're dead.
Yeah,
and that was on the original vampire.
Of course, that's just but
it's a classical vampires. Don't they try to change, but they have problems. That's
so let's check Dracula. Why Dracula isn't supposed to be a very modern person?
No.
So he's strange. Even in the book, people notice.
But that's because it's in the castle. But he's trying to be modern. That is, he came to the modern world. He's trying to be modern. So the vampires can try to be modern, but they will.
He was trying.
Yes, exactly, and failing.
Yeah, and failing. So, but well, as for vampire, yeah, the original was different. Even though there was that thing about.
It was good.
Yeah, not just that, but about the characters trying not to be too bad. It wasn't So it wasn't you weren't supposed to play a real monster. You're supposed to be playing a monster who doesn't want to become a real monster. But that doesn't make much sense. At the time I accepted the thing because it was the hip game to play, and I was young and stupid, and I accepted the whole idea of that was a game for arrogant people, right? Pedantic people, and young pedantic people that were in college. And I wasn't so pedantic, but I was in college. Social sciences college, by the way. But I didn't major in social sciences. It was journalism. So I never read Foucault or Derrida or any of the other postmodern. Actually, at the time, my college was
Very
right-wing.
fascist.
Yeah, they were right wingers, the teachers. My Little Pony, yeah, there was a game for My Little Pony.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be just a vamp barker if that's the one, or they're talking about the other one. So it's going to be everything. Well, World of Darkness, not a Wretched Darkness.
Well, a vamp marker, but not really. I wouldn't say vamp. That's just an option.
Yes, I would
But
like to have. I can't
a
have
Barker
vampire game.
RPG. I think so. Yeah, because
Yeah, Barker. Yes, yes.
at this moment there is no Barker game. There was one, but it's not anymore. Now
The deceased cult.
yeah, the cult is a game of Gnosticism and whatever. So it's not that's not the Clive Barker's unofficial role playing game. So there's a niche for that, and we should use it.
Mhm.
Actually, we were thinking about when we started this. There was before we started Wretched, there was a plan to do something called Dark. I think it was
Dark or Darker. I
Darker.
don't remember.
Yeah, it was called Darker.
It was going to be called Darker.
It was going to be called Darker, and it would be
With Cepheus rules.
yes, Cepheus rules.
Cepheus.
But then something happened. I don't know.
Wretched happened.
Yeah, for some reason there was the fantasy thing, and it made sense. Starting with a horror game, it probably
You wanted to make a serious, proper horror game, and it's going to take too long.
Yeah.
It
So
was
now
like
we
a big
can
project. Now
we can do that, and it doesn't have to be that serious.
And then I wanted to do a dark fantasy, a dark urban fantasy game. I've been saying this to Miguel for. I want to do I want to play vampires, since I was not allowed to play vampire because it sucks now.
Yeah.
And you sold all the other books.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to buy them again. So.
Anyway, in this case, it's not just me doing a game. We are going to do
in this
game,
case, we are
and certainly Joe will
more, but I'm going to work on the setting.
Well, I'm going
I
to
have
the
lots of
rules.
ideas.
I'm going to adapt the rules.
Yes, I know.
They are done already.
But I want to work with we want to work with the beyond as in the location, yes, in what happens to people when they go to the beyond. So how that affects them. So it will be in rules for traveling in the beyond, and maybe different levels of the beyond. The deeper you go, the more affected you can be.
Yes, geography of the beyond,
Yeah,
so to
something
speak.
like a bit of geography, because we're not really
Description of the place. No, it's not supposed to be actual geography.
But creating places,
names.
Creating different places, like in cults or like in
Shalt.
Yeah, there's are these parts of the beyond. I think that's important, and to make that connection between the old Wretched verse.
For this game, yes.
Yeah.
For the other games, not really. It's just the name that you use to explain away the supernatural. But when you are playing a game that is supposed to be about the supernatural, you have to take more care about
and
that.
I'll have the chance. Well, the characters are because for this type of game normally there has to be affection, so the characters will be chosen because they have some affinity with the beyond or something like that. Of course, we're not sure how that's going to work, but they are going to be selected to try to keep to work as a warden. That's what I'm calling it now, for now, to make sure that the big bad things in the beyond are kept in place and they don't come.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't come too much over our world.
Someone said that we're going to be crying today. We didn't talk about that yet.
No.
So let's talk just a little bit about the troll.
You want to talk about the troll, okay.
We said, I told him that I would talk about him.
Okay, sorry.
So Don't jerk off. Don't jerk off,
Yeah.
bro. We're just talking a little bit. You said you're crying. Okay.
That's another thing that they say. When someone say this is stupid, why are you crying? Stop crying.
Yes. No, you are not. Well, Roy Orbison was crying over you. I don't know if it was you, someone. But we are not crying. We are just.
Yeah, that's a good. We actually have. So Edgelor is asking about. You stop
Where was
hearing the
this?
music.
Yes, I turned it off.
We have actually. You need to do some playlists on Spotify.
Oh yeah, the OSR and what we say. Well,
Yeah.
actually, I have some Spotify playlists, but I haven't done any more because no one is following them, so I just stopped doing. But if you want to find some playlists, I don't know when I stopped. I think I did one for Wretched Bastards, and I don't know if I did something after that. But there were about five, six maybe.
You need to put your Spotify in your link tree. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
there with the
probably. I don't
playlist,
know.
so
I
people
can't
can
remember.
follow them if they want.
I'll do that. Spotify on Linktree. Yeah. Okay.
So that's it. So yeah, I just need to try to finish one, well, 2 scenarios at least until the end of the year, so I can work on start working on the darkness game. Damn, real job.
yeah. So I will now from now on I will be doing always two things at the same time. The darkness, the Wretched Darkness game, and whatever else I'm doing at the time. So I'm starting tomorrow.
But I'm gonna have vacations in December, so I'm gonna have more time, at least 1 week to work.
So
this
today,
is fun. I'm having. I get happy now because I have when I have holidays, I can work on role-playing games.
So today I finished, well, not finished, released. I finished it yesterday. I released the blaxploitation scenario in which we'll play black people.
Yes.
Saying
Exploited black people, not exploited. They
no,
were
they're going to be the
I think that one is very cool.
protagonists. Yeah, it is. It is cool. Yeah.
And next, you have something by Coombs. If I can finish my
yes,
bastard.
I think I will do something. I'm not sure. I haven't yet looked at it, but there's something which is inspired by Miami Vice and all that. So that's very likely to be the next thing.
If I finish my scenario, yeah, my scenario will be there.
I'll have to talk about that with Joe soon. Ask him what is he thinking about that. But it would make sense to pick up now.
It's going to be
after the blaxploitation. No, that one.
Yeah, it's another crime city.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not the same city,
yeah.
But it's another.
Well, yeah, of course.
We need a name for that city, by the way. So if you have
Yeah.
any name for an alternative, Reg Miami, you can suggest it.
Sure, if I think he came up with it.
Yeah, but I don't remember what it is. So if someone can remember with a better one.
Yeah. So okay. So anyway, I can possibly do that one next. It would be cool as well. But more.
It's going to be very pastels, right?
Yeah.
You have to use
yes.
Pink and blue and be inspired by Don Johnson's wardrobe.
Yes. But not Don Johnson's
in my advice.
Sonic Rocket's wardrobe. Sonic Rocket and what's the other one? Philip Michael Thomas.
Yeah, you don't remember the name.
Stupid, I don't know the name of the actor. So yeah, Philip Michael Thomas.
Let's see if someone remembers.
Let's check that. This has a delay.
Yeah, I know it has a delay, so let's see. Does anybody remember the name of Philip Michael Thomas?
Oh yeah, Raven is type up and organize the notes.
Yeah,
yeah, that's great. So if Raven is the prison thing, Ricardo Tubbs, yeah, thanks. Tubbs.
And there's gonna be Raven's orange is the new black. No, Ratchet is the new black. Or Ratchet is the new orange.
That would be something very cool to introduce right now.
Yeah.
So we'd have blaxploitation, Miami Vice, and women
in jail.
That would be very
just in time for Christmas.
Yes, it would be a very wretched Christmas. So maybe okay. So I don't know if Wretched is a new black is ready. I may go for that.
When it's ready, yeah.
Well, it talked about
almost
notes,
ready.
but I don't know.
Yeah.
It said today notes, but final notes, I don't know. It looked
Now I think
very
we need,
fun.
yeah, so first we should have for Christmas, so I'm writing something for, we'll try to get something about Ratchet Kids for Christmas, but now I'm thinking that it should be something inspired on Die Hard. It would have been a better Christmas, but I don't have time for that now. I don't think I have time to have an idea to do a Die Hard. Well, maybe. It's not the time, it's just the idea.
Yeah.
That will be.
It wouldn't be the same thing, of course.
No, of course it couldn't. You just have to deal with characters dealing with terrorists, and it couldn't be a building because then you would have to have yeah, because then you would have to have a map, and it would actually be a dungeon.
Boring.
So we can't. Yeah, well, it's different because it's the same. The floors are all the same.
Oh yeah, the floor. Well, not really all the same because they are the upper ones were still unfinished. So we can do an unfinished building, and then you don't need to. You just have pillars and some walls, so it's not really a dungeon.
But yeah, Die Hard would have been cool for Christmas.
Okay, so this is going to be the exploitation time, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. Exploitation at Christmas. It's maybe I'll change my Christmas plans, and instead I'll just write something. I'm dying to write something for my exploitation. If it's not Die Hard, yes, I'm dying. If it's not Die Hard, it's probably exploitation. Not, I'm not allowed to write for exploitation.
You are not dying.
No, I'm not dying.
But I'm dying. And I said, no, you're not. But I'm dying.
So maybe I think I still have time to change my Christmas plans. Let's see.
So we
can have
going to have lunch at your
of course I'm going to have lunch you're going to have lunch with my family.
Those are
going to eat a lot, yeah, and you have dinner at your parents. You're gonna eat a lot of turkey.
Let's try a little bit more.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. It's still here, but it's not the award anymore.
Spiritually, it's not
yeah, it's
here.
Not the award anymore.
It's just scary. It's
just a shell of it.
Dice.
So as I was saying, for the next weeks, months, not that many months, but maybe 2 months, I will be doing the rules for Ratchet Darkness.
Yeah, let's see if it goes out in January.
So I will not be writing now. So I expect other people to have their scenarios ready. Yours and Raven's and Joe. I think it's finished. I'm not sure, but probably. So
yeah, so that means people can relax that we're going to write. We're going to publish less things, maybe. We already published less. The idea is not to publish less things, smaller things. Yes, not. You cannot publish a game every month. No, of course not. And this one will take a little bit more, and it will be a bit larger. So it might not be an A5 book. I don't know. But I said that once, and it was A5 anymore. And A5 is nice. It looks. Yes, it is. But if it's too large, I may have to. I'll have to look at it when I finish the Word doc and compare it to Ratchet New Flash. If it's larger, well, if it's not too larger, if it's just, I don't know. I think it can handle 100 more pages. Ratchet New Flash is large, so. Yes. But that one is almost on the limit, so maybe 50 pages more. Perhaps it could be stretched into 100 pages more, but not more than that. If it's 150 pages more, I don't think I can go with the A5 version. I probably would have to do something a little bit, not the A4, but something in the middle, so it doesn't fit properly in the shelf. No, I will try to do A5. I know, I'm kidding. I want to do something to not to be, well, it's Ratchet, still Ratchet, so it shouldn't be different. But let's leave that for. Yeah. Okay, so if you like Miami Vice, I think this is something for you as well. I hope for more people, of course, but it will be. Okay, it will be or the next thing or the next thing. Yeah, it depends. It depends on Ratchet. Is the New Black being ready or not? If it's ready, I may have this one too, because I've already published Apocalypse, which was mostly by Joe Coombs. So
I can do something else.
In the end, I'll try to finish mine, and then I'll think what are my Christmas plans actually. If I want to write Wretched Kids or if I want to write something for exploitation. I can ask people on Twitter and Facebook, and then they're going to give me some totally different answers or say something else.
And since we're talking about things that aren't really very important right now, but I'm going to have a print version of the new Sexual Holocaust. I've already, it's already on Lulu, but of course I'm going to wait for the proof copy, but it will be there. Of course, that's not free. You have to pay for it, but you can, well, you can, if you want to have the new version.
I think I want that on it when I have to buy a T-shirt of that.
Yeah, that may be a nice T-shirt.
Yeah, that is a nice T-shirt.
So it will be for free on Big Geek. Of course, it won't be on Drive-Thru because they wouldn't accept it unless I did some censoring. And
lots of censoring.
I could just put some bars over the bits, but that's just ridiculous. Why do that?
Yeah, there.
And also, unlike before, other occasions where I put things on promotions, sales on a Big Geek, this time because it's free, there were much more downloads. So I think people who usually don't use Big Geek went there. I'm pretty certain that they did because it's not just
no place else in there.
It's just there. So
it's there. It's free and it's cool.
So a lot of people. And this one is much. It's the first one wasn't that. I don't know if that one here. Well, it was the newspaper cover.
Yeah, and it's limited. Well, you had the stock art at the time.
Yeah, well, it's not an ugly book, but compared to the other one, I can't show the other one, of course, but yeah, well, it's inside of it. It was, but this one, I think I was very pleased with the ending, with the job I did with this one. It didn't take a long time, also because it was done, of course.
Just had to change
what takes more time is to arrange the text, actually, not the images. Especially now that I'm using the AI art, and I think it will. I think right now it's probably right now, not just right now, in the near future, I think I'm going to use it mostly.
It's easiest. You just find something that fits the space that you
takes,
need and exactly what you need.
We need to publish lots of things because if you don't publish, we don't sell, and if you don't sell, I might lose my gas. So, so if I want to keep working at the same rhythm, I need to see results. I need to see that the books are selling, people are buying.
And you are a newspaper guy.
Yeah.
So it's not, I'm going to write a romance, I'm going to write a great book that it's going to be now.
I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to be playable, nice, and look good and fun. Yeah. So it's not perfect. No one is perfect, and certainly I am not perfect. And our books aren't perfect as well, and they have typos and all that. Well, they are cheaper than other things that also have typos, so it's not that bad. So I need to be selling things. So the AI art is what keeps us running now. Looking for free art is difficult and takes lots of time, and then you never find the perfect thing. And sometimes you don't even find an adequate, and sometimes not even a thing. Yeah. For example, for space, I used, it was probably the first one, I used only AI art because there wouldn't be anything. Well, there might be some drawings, some illustrations, but not actually what I wanted to put there. In the overview that Brandon, I never remember his surname. Goeringer, I think. Goering. Not Goering, Goeringer. It sounds like Goering. He talked about looking like old art. It wasn't just because AI art usually does that. it looks for old art. That's because there's more.
But
I did wanted that. I used the prompts. I used the couple of maybe three different artists' names, because I wanted that feel. To be a space opera of the 80s, 70s, 80s, late 70s, 80s. I wanted that feel, because that's what this is wretched, and as Bandit called us, it's spaghetti punk. So it's something between.
It's actually a good name. I think
Yeah.
you need to start putting spaghetti punk in the description.
You must.
Yeah.
You have to remarket it
Yeah,
as spaghetti punk. Let's check if someone. Okay, so
Yeah.
Raven went away. Bye bye. I'm almost finished, but I'm not. Oh yeah. So to keep working as fast as we have been, we need AI art. So that's and it's working.
It creates the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's working very well. This one, the free one, the new sexual holocaust, I think it was very also because that's what AI art does better, horror stuff and weird stuff. So Wretched Darkness.
Let's see what it come out. You might have something different. Yeah, just black and white could be interesting. Let's see.
I think we'll have to do a poll about that.
Yeah,
because I don't know. On the one hand, there's that thing that usually horror games have black and white art, but then the newer things.
What if you do mostly black and white with some full pages with color? Yeah.
No, I don't think that works.
I don't know.
So let's say the Genesis, it's not really horror, but it's pretty graphic, and it's colored pages, very colorful pages. Even though there are some that are almost black and white, that's different. It's the way things are done. But and then there's Cult, also the new one. The game I don't like, but visually it's stunning. It's very good. So I don't know. Yeah. And AI art, black and white.
No, probably not gonna work.
It's not real. Well, it does. I think
it's not bad, but the first scenario for darkness probably is going to be Welcome to St. Claude.
Yeah, probably, because it's done. It's the only thing that I haven't redone with Wretched rules, so it's very likely, and that's a good thing for this. And maybe it will be refurbished.
Yeah, something new will be there.
Yeah, probably.
And probably a cover for that one.
Of course.
A cover, not AR. That's what.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah. That one deserves a cover.
Well, that one
needs to have something special because it's a reedition. Well, it needs to have.
In a way, it doesn't need a because it's easy to do, but
yes,
at the same time,
it should. Exactly,
and also, if the basic expert is
if it's available, it makes sense.
It would make very much sense, because he is a David Lynch fan. He already did a review of the first version.
I'm sure you would do a great job.
Yeah, I've seen one of his works inspired by Twin Peaks, the new Twin Peaks, and it's very good. Yeah, of course, it's not supposed to be inspired by Twin Peaks. Yeah, it's not the cover. The cover is supposed to be inspired by Welcome to St. Claude, but Welcome to St. Claude is inspired by Twin Peaks. Okay, I'm getting tired of speaking.
Yeah, so let's close it.
Now we're going to cry because
no,
we lost the award.
No, we didn't.
We lost the spirit of the award. It's just the shell.
It's not. Doesn't have a spirit. This is the 3D model. It doesn't have a spirit. It's an object.
Yeah. Anyway.
Let's see if anyone is saying anything. So we get to say goodbye to people. Horror.
Yes, well, maybe we can do a chapter. What this is just an idea, but a chapter on that kind of horror could fill in, or maybe scenarios, perhaps.
Yeah.
Well, probably both things. A chapter on doing
for sure,
classic camera horror. A chapter on doing gothic horror, a chapter on doing body horror, chapter on doing something sci-fi horror, like Event Horizon, for example.
Yeah, something like.
So chapters on different things. Something about to play vampire. So dark urban fantasy. So several chapters on doing.
But then
things.
Probably scenarios for this.
Yeah, but then something like that. Yes.
Even the small scenario that would
even though I like Hammer movies, of course, I never wrote scenarios.
That's something that I actually we discuss sometimes. Something inspired in
it's
Hammer,
something
but
that
it never.
I like it. I like the idea. I like the concept. I like the movies. I love the movies, but I never wrote anything like that. I don't know why. I don't know, but I can try. Why not?
Bucket list.
Yeah.
We need ideas.
Yeah.
We don't like them, but yeah, we still need ideas, and it's good.
So okay.
Know what people are interested in.
Let's put that on the list.
It's on my list.
So probably for next year, of course, after the game itself. Probably scenarios, yeah. Not just one, maybe two. Something with mummies, perhaps. Well, you wanted to do something with vampires, so you can take care of Dracula.
Yeah, I will take care of Dracula. That could be interesting. Exactly, a master. I'm going to do a very good work taking care of Dracula, because I'm going to be have a sleazy Dracula probably to inspire that one.
Yeah, there was a
boring Dracula.
There was a sleazy Dracula planned, inspired by Jess Franco's movies, not just his Dracula, but also the other movies, the female vampire and.
So yeah, it could be else. Like a crossover.
Yeah, so you could. There was a scenario, but then I could.
Yeah, but that actually would be interesting, a series of monsters, and it could be with that Fumetti aesthetic.
Oh yeah.
Because remember that another idea that we had was to do something inspired on the sexy Fumetti.
Though I must say that I haven't had. You like Jess Franco?
Yeah.
Great. We love Jess Franco.
Yeah.
You should see. We have a video about Jess Franco's movies, so you should.
Yes, we have at least one. Just one. It was just one.
Yeah, we were planning to do more, but then
we got bored. It's too much work.
Yeah,
we are lazy.
To do the editing for those videos about movies, it was a bit tiring, and I don't really like to do editing. I don't like. Okay, so I think it's enough for today.
We got here with more ideas. So
yeah, that's something that sometimes happens.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it's good, yeah. So we always need ideas, even though we have some of our own. But
it's always good to
have
improve. Okay.
So thank you for being with us, crying with us.
Now I'm going to put the raven back in his jail.
Back to sleep. Okay, bye-bye, guys.